Hi, I'm Sally and I've been looking at the research of Myers-Briggs in regards to learning styles and how our personality and personal preference may have an effect on how we best learn. According to Myers-Briggs, personalities can be separated into four categories, the first being extroversion versus introversion. I did my work with Sarah. We both have a moderate preference of extroversion over introversion. Sarah has a 33% preference and I have a 56% preference. This refers to the way in which we respond and interact with the surrounding world and get our energy from active involvement in projects and events. We benefit each other's learning as we are comfortable sharing our ideas and working within a group. Despite this, we have a moderate preference which also allows us some time for reflection and time to stop and consider a situation. Adam has a 6% preference of extroversion, therefore even though his style is similar to ours, he introduces a more reflective attitude to our learning, allowing us to deliberate situations before we act. The disadvantage of Adam's approach is that he may go into too much depth before we can act upon our ideas and energy. The second personality type is intuition versus sensing. For this category, our preference largely differs. Where Sarah has a moderate preference of sensing, I have a distinct preference of 62% intuition. This personality type refers to how we gather information. As Sarah is a sensing person, she would pay attention to physical reality and trust experiences less than symbols. Whereas my intuitive personality allows me to look at the bigger picture before exploring the details and search for symbolism and metaphors. I often think too much about new possibilities, therefore I may miss out on how to turn them into reality, which is where Sarah would benefit my learning as she focuses on these facts of reality, but may miss the new possibilities. As we have this opposite approach, we balance out each other's behaviour. As Adam has the same preference as me at 62% intuition, he may be benefiting my learning more than Sarah's in this section. When presenting tasks, I am able to observe the bigger picture that Adam is trying to present. Moving into thinking versus feeling. This is another area where we have an opposite approach. With Sarah's slight preference of feeling over thinking, she tends to make decisions with compassion as she's concerned with values of others and what is best in the other's best concern. This personality means she looks what's important for others. In contrast, my moderate preference of thinking over feeling means that I won't let my personal wishes or the feelings of others influence my decision making. My personality would suggest I am impersonal, which is the opposite of Sarah's compassionate towards other people. Because of these qualities, when working as a team, we assist each other to make decisions looking at hard truths and finding logical methods as we ensure people's concerns are taken into account. Again, Adam shares the same personality as mine, sitting on the thinking side of the scale. When working in the environment, my influence is necessary to present importance of the hard truths, whereas Sarah's presents the harmonious atmosphere. Finally is the judging versus preference personality type. As Adam and I both have a 22% of judging over perceiving, this is classed as moderate. And Sarah has a slight preference of 11% judging. This suggests we like to have a planned and organised way of life and feel more comfortable when decisions have been made. In the working environment, and the fact that all three of us share the judging preference is not too much disadvantage, as our organisation allows us to keep up to date with assignments and deadlines. Despite this, there are areas in which perceiving personality would benefit us, such as keeping an open mind and being able to respond to complications which may arise. Even though we all share the judging personality, the fact that we are only moderate or slightly of this preference, it suggests we don't completely lack the elements of perceiving. Even though In Myers-Briggs' definition of perceiving, one aspect is that we are stimulated by an approaching deadline. Adam's way of teaching means I would also agree with this. By setting frequent deadlines on a weekly basis, it encourages us to keep up to date with work and manage our time to avoid rushing to complete a task. When looking at how teachers would respond to students, these specific learning styles should be taken into consideration to ensure that students are learning to maximum efficiency. Thank you.